Schlag auf Schlag hier heute. Tjup, tjup. Und ich muss es dann auch dementsprechend umbenennen im Steam-Titel, aber das kriege ich auch noch hin. Future Games Show. Ist es dann immer noch PC Master Race? Ja, es ist Future. Nennen wir es Future. Na gut, ich gebe euch noch Ton. Show. Man hört leider nichts, aber ist nicht schlimm. Präsentiert von WD Black. Ich glaube ein... Achso, SSDs. Okay, ich bin jetzt von externen Festplatten ausgegangen. Na, okay, gut. Gibt's auch. Und Buffering. Ah, weiter jetzt. Naja, nur weil man eine SSD im Rechner hat, ist man nicht gleichzeitig der Godlike in gewissen Shootern. Na, dann gucken wir mal, was die Future Gaming Show ist. Mit bekannten Moderatoren aus dem PlayStation-Universum quasi. Oh, das ist sehr laut. Naja, gucken wir einfach mal, was die zu bieten haben.
Hello there and welcome to the Future Game Show powered by WD Black. I'm Laura Bailey, but you may know me as Abby Anderson from The Last of Us Part 2 or Kate Diaz from Gears of War. Today, though, I'll be taking a break from fighting the apocalypse to bring you a whole host of exciting game trailers, reveals, and updates. But before we get into all that,
also Martin hat ja vorhin gemeckert, dass ich nicht lippensynchron
I'm
war,
sure you're
ne?
going to be familiar with this person. He's appeared in
Sie
The
auch
Last
nicht.
of Us, Uncharted, God of War.
Aber
You
naja.
name it, he's probably in the credits. So without further ado, here is my good friend and continual co-star, Troy Baker.
Hello, Laura. You look amazing, as always. Yes, you may know me from a few video games. Joel Miller in The Last of Us, or good old Agent Jonesy from Fortnite. But over the next hour or so, Laura and I are going to be giving you the inside scoop of some incredibly exciting games and also showcasing developer interviews, exclusive trailers, and a whole lot more, including world premieres.
There's also a chance to win a $500 gift card and a WD Black hard drive by following the link here. And we have a new addition to the show this year.
Ja, nein, ich will jetzt auch nicht sagen, dass SSDs schlecht sind. Es ist schon eine gute Erfindung.
But let's kick things off with the first
Und heute, glaube ich, schon
world
fast
premiere.
unverzichtbar
And for that,
im Bereich
we're going
PC.
prehistoric.
So, dann gucken wir mal. Erstes World Premiere. Einatmen. Ausatmen. Nicht triggern lassen. Wow. Gleich kommt's. Blut haben wir schon da. Also gleich nur noch. Na, kein. Da. Ach, Instinction, war das nicht der Titel, der sich an Dino Crisis ranpirscht irgendwie? Oder ist das wieder was anderes, weil ein Buchstabe anders war? Ich muss mal eben kurz gucken, ob meine Einstellungen richtig sind. Ich habe das Gefühl, das ist unscharf. Ja, okay. Es ist 720p. Okay. Warum machen die das? Warum so unscharf? Warum nicht 1080? Komisch. Ah, okay. Also hat man jetzt dazu jetzt auch was gesehen. Das ist doch schön. Auch wenn es kein Gameplay-Trailer war, es war mehr so.
I wonder if you can put hats on the dinosaurs. Instinction is expected in 2022. What's next, Laura?
Next up, Grow, Song of the Evertree is a sandbox adventure about the healing power of nature. Let's throw it over to Prideful Sloth HQ to find out more.
G'day from Prideful Sloth HQ. I'm Adam.
And I'm Cheryl, and we're the design team on Grow, Song of the Evertree. Grow is Prideful Sloth's latest project that we're working on with 505 Games.
Grow, Song of the Evertree is a beautiful sandbox game about growing new worlds, building a town, and bringing harmony back to the land.
Grow will be available later this year on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch.
Thanks for watching.
Once upon a time, our lands teemed with creatures great and small. The beauty of the worlds was unrivaled. The people thrived and lived in harmony with the land around them. But this harmony was not to last. Slowly, without much notice, the withering was creeping out from the darkness. Once it took hold, there was little that could be done. Our lands were overrun, and all that was cherished disappeared before us. But all was not lost. One young, brave soul stayed behind. With support from their friends and with boundless determination.
Ein Buch mit Augen. Yay!
This young soul seeks out a way to push back the withering and bring life back to our world. Grow, Song of the Evertree.
That was Grow, Song of the Evertree, which is coming to PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch in 2021.
Okay, Laura, that was extremely cute, but have you considered more dinosaurs? Hmm?
You can't just hijack every game reveal and make it about dinosaurs, Troy.
Laura finds a way.
Schauen wir da.
Is a very
Nur diesmal in Low Resolution. Wobei, ihr seht das wahrscheinlich gar nicht.
Hi, I'm Rich Newbold, Game Director at Frontier Developments. So as you may have seen earlier at the PC Game Show, we're working on Jurassic World Evolution 2. We're really excited about it, and we're looking forward to creating the most authentic Jurassic experience yet.
Yay!
We've got tons of new features across 4
Jackie,
different game
guten
modes,
Abend!
including
Und die
our
74
original
Leute, die
campaign,
dazugekommen
which is a
sind.
story
Schönen guten
set
Abend, schön, dass ihr
after the
eingeschaltet habt
events of
zur
Jurassic World Fallen
Future
Kingdom.
Game Show.
You're going to be leading efforts to contain, control, and conserve all those dinosaurs now running out in the
Ja,
wild.
brumm, brumm.
You'll be working alongside characters from the films, voiced by
Ringelnudel.
original talent such as Jeff
Seid ihr schön
Goldblum.
rumgefahren?
And in the game we have over 75 prehistoric species. We've got the new
Stugi,
dinosaurs,
Dankeschön fürs
and
Folgen.
community favorites,
Schön, dass du
and
auch dabei bist.
flying and marine reptiles to the game. I'm really thrilled to be showing you a first look at footage from the game itself.
Na, für die Leute, die jetzt gerade
It's a
reingeschaltet, das
Species
ist
Field
quasi
Guide
der
series
Entwickler
of
zu
videos
Jurassic
focusing
Park
on the many
Evolution
prehistoric species we have in
2.
the game. This is an iconic,
Ärgerlich ist
popular
nur, den
dinosaur,
Trailer habe ich jetzt, glaube ich, schon zum
Triceratops,
dritten Mal
which will
gesehen.
meet in a new environment never seen before in Jurassic World Evolution.
Mamma mia.
I hope you enjoy it and are looking forward
Ja,
to the
fein, eine
game
Handvoll
releasing later this year.
kleinen Rennen.
The Triceratops is one of the most recognizable herbivores to ever have existed. It is best known for its trio of facial horns. These adornments are not just for display
Pre-Alpha gameplay
purposes. The
footage.
brow horns in particular can
Das ist doch schön.
inflict considerable damage to any dinosaur that dares to provoke it.
That was Jurassic World Evolution 2, which is launching in 2021 on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. Okay, for this next section, we're bringing the joys of E3 to your home with a series of demos you can play right now. That's right, today. This is the Future Game Show virtual show floor. And remember, if any of the featured games grab your interest, you can try them out now by heading to the Future Game Show Steam page. So let's head down to the show floor where I believe Laura is waiting.
Yes, hello and welcome to the Future Game Show.
Hat ein bisschen was von der
show
Devolver Expo
Just
letztes
look at
Jahr.
it, Troy.
I am looking at it. It is incredible. They like nailed it. You know, minus the queuing and the heat and the, you know, how do I say, musk that's in the air? But man, the darkness, perfection.
All right, enough reminiscing. Let's check out some games. I'd like to start by showing you A Tale of Paper. This is a striking platformer from Open House Games where you transform to solve puzzles in an oversized world, dodging creepy crawlies and mischievous Roombas.
And now for another Tale of Paper as you shift packing boxes in the house-moving sim Get Packed, fully loaded. As you can see, it's all about moving couches, on a couch, with your friends, in couch co-op.
Da gab es doch auch schon ähnliche Spiele. Wie hieß das denn?
And PC and is also backwards compatible on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S.
Von Team 17, glaube ich.
Yes. Hey Laura, do you want a drink?
Sure. What do you have?
Wait,
what's that?
Riesenspinnen.
Don't worry about them.
Ja, wie gesagt, der Stream läuft auch komischerweise auf 720p. Ich weiß auch nicht, was der Blödsinn soll.
Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah. Here's a genre cocktail full of co-op action.
Deswegen blurrt es wahrscheinlich auch wie
and
bekloppt.
finished with a survival twist. How does that sound, huh?
Aber ich werde jetzt nicht wechseln.
Okay. I said, how?
Da waren
I
gerade
heard
Keys.
what you said.
Ja.
Tell me about the game.
This is Gatewalkers, which
Hololo.
sees you and up to 3 other players banding together to tackle procedurally generated worlds full of monsters. But you also have to gather resources to fight off hunger, thirst, and the
Ich bin ja nur hier, um das mir anzugucken, nicht um irgendwie was hier abzustauben.
Let's hope no one gets thirsty enough for another one of your
Ich will ja wissen, was jetzt der nächste Trend wird. Irgendwie Koop, viele Dinos.
This is an isometric RPG that has you solving crimes across multiple virtual realities, where your choices will shape the world around you in and outside of the simulations.
Ooh. Speaking of detectives, check this out. Backbone is a gorgeous adventure game from Eggnut set in a dystopian Vancouver, where you must crack cases to clean house in this corrupt post-noir city.
Ich glaube, das haben wir auch schon mal gesehen. Nicht dieses Jahr auf der E3, sondern irgendwann mal auf so einer New Game Plus Expo oder so. Kommt mir so bekannt vor mit dem Fuchs. Mit dem Raccoon.
Inside of a magical storybook, Beacon Pines sends players to a sleepy mountain town where you collect powerful words that can completely alter the narrative in this charming but mysterious tale.
You know, I'm detecting a theme with the anthropomorphic animals. You know, Laura, I've always... Another set of...
Guck mal hier. Keys.
Interesting.
Chernobyl.
Troy, focus. I've got a triple threat of fighting foxes to show you. This is Trifox, a charming cartoon brawler where you fight waves of enemies as one of 3 adaptable combat classes. Great, huh?
Yes, totally, but now it's time to get serious. Mankind is gone, but the beavers remain.
Nein. Ich kann es doch nicht mal zurückspulen. Das ist ja Twitch, nicht YouTube.
It's a unique city builder where players set out to create the ultimate beaver society. This involves everything from constructing dams to crafting carousels.
I guess even buck-toothed critters need a solid work-life balance.
That they do. So, what's next?
Never fear, the Rift Breaker is here.
Wow. What was that?
Aber es blurrt wie Hulle.
Is what I would say if I was playing our next game, which is a base-building survival game where you hack and slash your way through hordes of alien creatures. Look at it.
Oh, no. I want to hear more from the Rift Breaker.
Okay, maybe after this showcase we're meant to be hosting.
And with that, we've reached the end of our little tour. But remember, you can go hands-on with all of these games right now by visiting the Future Game Show page on Steam. Now, how do we quit this? Is it a...
Jetzt fliegen wir.
That's
Sehr schön.
update preference. I don't need to update this. Laura, can you help me out just a little bit?
I got you. Okay, we're back. quick note, from here on in, when you see this pop up on screen during a trailer,
Nein,
it means you
also
can visit the Future
Devolver
Game Show
Expo
page on Steam to
2020
play a
letztes Jahr war
demo and
besser.
go hands-on
Und
with
ich
the
hab's
game
durchgespielt.
immediately.
Hat Spaß gemacht. Ne, wobei ich hab's nicht durchgespielt, ich hab's angespielt.
I was doing Rocky. Sorry, I just always wanted to do that. It's because our next game is all about floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. Check out this
Cyber Uno,
exclusive
guten
presentation
Abend,
from
beziehungsweise
Steel City
guten Morgen
Interactive
eher
about
gesagt, ne?
Esports Boxing Club.
Herzlich willkommen beim Co-Stream zu Future Game
Esports
Show.
Boxing Club brings you the greatest fight roster in video game history. With over 200 fighters already signed, we've got some of the biggest and most anticipated names. From the absolute legends of the sport to the most exciting names in boxing today.
Okay.
The first women's division ever represented in a video game. And the hottest new talent. But what about the game? Let's take a closer look at the next-gen visuals and gameplay that are set to make ESBC the greatest of all time.
It's good. It's definitely one for the grandkids and stuff to say, look, your old granddad was in a game and busting people up. So it's going to be quite cool.
So the movement system in ESBC is all about fluidity, being able to create angles, recreating mannerisms from boxes. The physics system doesn't just rely on animation. This allows us to recreate realistic knockdowns. Even when a fighter's unsteady on their feet, it's not purely animation based. Now we've had professional boxers, professional coaches come into the studio and provide input through motion capture and actually reviewing the game during its development. And now we really feel like we've created a true representation of the sport. Presentation is important to us.
Okay.
Just because we are in the studio,
Das wäre in VR
we're still going to aim high when it comes to production values.
Ich bin gerade überlegen, gibt's bis auf die EA Sports Boxen Gedöns, die Fight Night, gibt's da überhaupt ein Boxspiel? Sonst? Ich glaube nicht.
Esports Boxing Club is coming to PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series
Man muss
X,
echt aufpassen, dass man sich nicht verspricht, ne? Das ist ja E-Sports Boxing und nicht EA Sports Boxing.
Next up, we've got a deeply immersive World War II shooter with over 100 players taking part in epic battles recreated
Ja,
using
genau, ich
aerial
wollte gerade sagen,
photography and satellite
VR-Boxspiele
imagery.
gibt es auf jeden Fall auch
Let's take a closer
hier
look at Hell Let Loose.
mit Rocky, glaube ich.
Product not yet rated.
Hat man die mal auch aber naja.
My name's Max Rea. I'm the founder of Black Matter and the lead developer of Hell Let Loose. Hell Let Loose began as the idea of a couple of hobbyist game developers all the way back in 2015. Following a successful Kickstarter, we launched into early access in the middle of 2019. And since then, we've delivered 9 enormous updates, including entire systems overhauls, 6 new maps, tons of new weapons, gadgets, and vehicles, as well as expanding our unique real-time strategy-inspired metagame. As a result, we've been fortunate to sell more than 1 million copies during our first year of early access. 2021 is only going to be bigger. I'm excited to announce that we're launching out of early access on July the 27th, with the introduction of the Soviet forces on the Eastern Front, including famous battles like Kursk and Stalingrad, before we close out the year by bringing Hell Let Loose to next-generation consoles. Hell Let Loose has only grown due to the vibrant community that surrounds it, from our earliest Kickstarter backers to our newest recruits. We're excited to introduce you to this ever-evolving and expanding World War II experience. We hope you enjoy this first look at what's to come.
Ja, lass mal knacken. Anders als Battlefield setzt Hell Let Loose extrem auf Realismus im Gameplay. Okay.
Hell Let Loose is launching on Steam on July 27th and coming to Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5 in 2021.
So, Laura, have you ever wanted to play XCOM, but in real time, with up to 7 of your friends?
Of course.
Yep, that's what I thought. Then you need to keep your eye on this next game.
Hello, my name is Harold Halibut, CEO of Ireland, a game dev studio based in Croatia. And for the past few years, we have been working on the Red Solstice 2 game. It is a real-time tactical battlefield game. It supports up to 8 players and has a fully playable co-op campaign. We are ready to show you the launch trailer now, so get ready for June 17 when the game launches on Steam, and have fun blasting some mutants.
You are the Executor, a high-class commanding officer with advanced cybernetic capabilities. You were awakened to lead a secret task force that will counter the threat of Stroll mutants and liberate Mars.
Welcome back, Executor. The Stroll infestation has now infected all colonies on Mars. Build your squad from 6 unique classes of elite soldier, utilizing their skills to best suit each mission type. Customize their weapons and tech, as well as their upgrades and abilities. Take command on the battlefield using the command.
Vielleicht liegt's an mir oder vielleicht liegt's auch an der Uhrzeit, aber irgendwie.
Concentrate fire on targeted locations and carry out supply runs, even during the heat of battle. Recruit your friends to the fight and join in up to 8-player co-op missions to save Mars in our name.
Also interessant, aber
Purge Earth of a mutant
aber
invasion in
17.
Red Solstice 2
Juni, das
Survivors,
heißt,
which is coming to Steam on June 17th.
ja, diese Woche
Our
noch.
next game is about delivering mail in a sleepy American lakeside town. Let's join Dylan from Gamius to learn more.
Auf Steam gibt es ein Indie-Spiel kostenlos. Naja. Und das ist das Spiel,
I'm Dylan from Gamius.
wo die Hauptprotagonistin Burnout hatte und dann entschieden hat, ich möchte gerne Briefträger sein.
You play as Meredith Weiss, who takes a break from her life in the big city to deliver mail in her hometown. It's a job you can do at your own leisure, and you will get to know the people in Providence Oaks along the way. Today, we're excited to share an example of an activity after your workday is done. Movie night with Angie from the video store.
This is fun. It's been ages since I've been to the movies.
Well, they call it the movies, plural, but of course we can only see one movie at a time. So, which one will it be?
My pick? All right, let's see. Big Trouble in Little China, Blue Velvet, or The Great Mouse Detective. All right, I'm ready to pick. The Great Mouse Detective.
Wouldn't have picked you for a Disney fan. Oh well, let's get in touch with our inner child.
We won't spoil more, and we also can't say what Meredith will do after spending 2 weeks in Providence Oaks, because it's all up to you. Lake is coming first to Xbox and PC this September 1st. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of the show.
We're excited to announce that Lake is coming to Steam, Epic Game Store, and Xbox Series X and S on September 1st.
Nur ohne Zeitreise.
Now, what kind of a showcase would this be without a new Souls-like? Our next game is a pixelated take on the genre, following a protagonist with a giant obsidian sword.
Ja, zumindest wurde es jetzt mal genannt, nicht so wie bei Square Enix, wo man nicht wusste, ob das letzte Spiel jetzt ein Souls-like ist oder nicht.
Eons of idleness passed before suddenly
Ja, das Final Fantasy Origins.
great celestial chunks cascaded from the heavens unto earth. From one prodigious shard spawned humanity, and from another, the gods. For a great many years, balance endured, until a foul and malevolent deity intervened. Exil spread greed and distrust among his kin, compelling these calamitous beings to conquer man. Centuries of servitude passed, until finally, aided by a veiled ally, humanity revolted. The Great Crusade overthrew the old gods, imprisoning them within the sacred walls of the Citadel. At the expense of untold lives, a peace was wrought, but it was not meant to last, for the miscreant Exil returned from his concealment, conducting atrocious experiments upon his caged kindred. A darkness permeated the lands. Rivers stagnated, crops failed, and the world of man.
Wie läuft dein Bingo eigentlich? Mies. Richtig mies. Richtig. Also, seit ich glaube ich das Bingo mache, war es noch nie so mies. Ich werde dieses Jahr kein Bingo kriegen. Aber ist nicht schlimm. Ich habe über die Strecke, glaube ich, geschlagen. Naja. Wer konnte schon wissen, dass gewisse Spiele einfach nicht gezeigt werden?
Customize your combat style and boss rush ancient gods when Eldest Souls drops on the PC and all current console formats.
Ich hatte ein Bingo
And now we've got a closer look at the next game from the folks behind
oder 2019. Erzeugt durch Witcher 3 für die Switch. Aber seitdem, ja gut, letztes Jahr war ja nicht viel mit Bingo, das war ja alles ziemlich auseinandergezerrt mit den ganzen Events. Dieses Jahr, ich muss morgen mal prüfen, was eventuell noch, also wie gesagt, die ersten 3 Tage nichts, kein Treffer. Kein Beyond Good and Evil, kein Skull and Bones, kein Saints Row 5. Zum 25-jährigen Persona, zum Jubiläum zu Persona gab es auch irgendwie nichts bisher. Einfach Pech gehabt bisher.
You can instruct them on how to react to enemies, and most importantly, you can switch between any of them seamlessly with the press of a button. You'll only need to respawn when your entire squad is
Es wurde ja noch nicht mal heute Forza. Es wurde zwar in Forza gezeigt, aber nicht Forza Motorsport, sondern Forza Horizon 5. Was ich auch geil finde. Was passt nicht mit meiner Bingo-Karte? Ja, ach.
Enlisted aims to form a golden middle ground between the more hardcore and arcade-style shooters currently available. Time to kill is kept short. A bolt-action rifle to the chest will down a soldier in a single shot, with submachine guns and pistols taking only a few hits. Vehicles as well can of course be devastating, but have their limitations. Aircraft are restricted to the cockpit view, and crew inside tanks can only use viewports to spot targets, so you'll need to keep your wits about you to really get the most out of these machines. Progression in Enlisted is spread over various campaigns. Currently, you can fight in Moscow, Normandy and Berlin.
Na, und Halo hat auch keine Release-Date bekommen, nur Holiday 2021.
Features new weapons and equipment. Firearms can be improved to increase
Vielleicht
their
wird's nochmal verschoben, keine Ahnung.
and soldiers can be leveled up to grant them specialized perks. Different classes of
Wird
soldiers
wohl Gründe
are
geben,
able
warum
to
sie
equip
kein
different gear,
Release-Date
with
nennen
specialist
wollen.
classes such as engineers able to build structures anywhere on the map, including FOBs, sandbags and barbed wire defenses, and even anti-tank cannons and AA guns. Enlisted aims to keep historical accuracy in the forefront of development. Firearms, locations, and uniforms are all true to history. No neon pink Sten guns and mohawks here. Each army will be decked out with the equipment they actually used during their respective conflicts. Because of the squads feature, you'll never be short on targets. Twitch reflexes and fast reactions will of course have their place in Enlisted, but even if you haven't had the time to fine-tune your skills, you'll easily be able to come away with a kill count in the double digits. The AI, however, are very attentive and react to sound, and not to be underestimated. But that's all we've got time for. Make sure to give it a try yourself by heading over to enlisted.net/join. Enlisted is cross-platform and available now on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S, and currently in open beta. New content is added regularly, and no progress will be wiped upon the full release. Once you've signed up, use the code ENLISTNOW for a free bonus on us. I've been Tom, and I hope to see you all on the battlefield. Cheers.
That was Enlisted, which is available now on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Next up, we've got a bullet-time stunt shooter with fully destructible environments. Oh, and the protagonist only has one arm. Let's check out Severed Steel.
Ach, das haben wir auch schon. Das finde ich wiederum sehr cool. Das haben wir, glaube ich, auch. Ich weiß nicht mehr, wo wir es gesehen haben. Aber das ist sehr cool. Die Demo könnte man rein theoretisch sogar ausprobieren. Bin ich mir... Da weiß ich es nicht, ob das von den Super Hot-Machern ist. Das kann ich nicht beantworten. Ich will jetzt nicht sagen nein, aber ich kann auch nicht sagen ja. Weil ich hau das immer auch durcheinander mit Pistol Whip. Das VR-Titel. Den VR-Titel, wo ich auch nicht sicher bin, ob das nicht von den Super Hot-Machern ist. Ich weiß es nicht. Oh, jetzt mit Figur im Hintergrund.
Severed Steel is coming soon on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation.
Okay, notepads at the ready, because for this next section, we're going to race through 8 exciting upcoming games that deserve your full attention. Here's our Future Hits Montage for 2021.
Na dann, gucken wir mal die Montage. Okay. Da ist Legacy. Okay, strange. Definitely not fried chicken. Okay. Stimmt. Okay, ach so, du bist am Fisch, der in den Schatten springt und so. Aha, Ranch Sim Potential. Ja.
Okay, I might regret asking this, but you want to help me with this next one, Omachow?
Okay. Did you know that Sega recently announced Sonic Colors Ultimate? We've got some exclusive gameplay from a stage that nobody has seen yet. I hope Sonic does okay without me.
Did not regret it.
Okay.
Hi everyone, I'm Katie Golden, senior producer at Sega of America. And I'm excited to share with you an exclusive clip of Tropical Resort from our upcoming release, Sonic Colors Ultimate. Please enjoy.
Ich glaube, eines der etwas besseren Sonics, ne? Was damals für die Wii rauskam, jetzt nochmal neu aufgelegt. Zum 30-jährigen Jubiläum von Sonic? Irgendwie sowas. Aber wie gesagt, da die Qualität des Streams so mies ist, blöd ist wie Holle. Ich bin ein großer Fan von Sonic Adventures 2. Habe ich auf dem Gamecube rauf und runter gespielt. Bis auf die Knuckles-Levels, die waren doof. Aber Sonic sind die goldenen Ringe, da sagen auch viele, ja, das ist saugut. Ich habe, glaube ich, den schwarzen Ritter gespielt.
Get ready for Sonic Colors Ultimate, which is racing on to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC on September 7th.
Sollte ich auch mal zusehen, dass ich da vielleicht noch ein Exemplar kriege.
We've got a new management game from Chucklefish, where you play as a powerful artificial intelligence in control of a space station.
Moment, Chucklefish?
Do you want to roll the trailer, Troy?
I'm sorry, Laura. I'm afraid I can't do that. I know that you were planning to disconnect me.
No, never mind. I'll handle it. Here is Starmancer.
Das war jetzt mal Gameplay, welches das Spiel absolut verkauft. Ich will es jetzt unbedingt haben, ja. Ich weiß gar nicht, soll dieses Jahr, glaube ich, noch kommen, das Sonic, ne? Sonic Colors Remastered, nenne ich es jetzt einfach mal. Aber der Titel wurde auch schon mal gezeigt, vor Jahren. Und Chucklefish, da klingelt bei mir auch ein bisschen was. Irgendwas in Bezug auf Stardew Valley, glaube ich. Aber das ist, glaube ich, zwei verschiedene Paar Schuhe.
We're excited to announce today that Starmancer is coming August 5th, 2021, and it's available to wishlist on Steam.
Long time ago.
Laura, ever since that lake trailer, I've been thinking, have you ever wondered about the Postal Service? Like, that there's just so much mail, you know?
Nee, leider nicht. Der steht auch bei mir auf der Liste von Filmen, die ich unbedingt noch gucken möchte.
What are you talking about?
Gibt's da, glaube ich, zurzeit auf irgendeinem Portal, glaube ich. Aber es soll recht gut sein. Tu es, alles klar, mach ich. Die Frage heißt, wann? Ich glaube, nach der E3.
About two Kiwi birds who work at the post office.
Ah, Kiwi.
Their names are Jeff and Deborah.
Natürlich.
I'm Joel, I'm one of the developers on Kiwi, and I'm going to show you how a Kiwi level changes over the course of the game. So in this room, you're transcribing urgent messages and assembling them ransom note style by stamping them onto the page with your butts. You'll come back to this room every so often throughout the game, but there will always be a new twist to change things up. So as summer turns to autumn, now your word fragments are moving around on conveyor belts, and you'll need to chop certain words in half with the descrambler to get the pieces you need. Jeff and Deborah are going to have to deal with all kinds of hazardous work conditions. They got sandstorms during the summer, Mailfly swarms. These guys have no respect for personal property. Paranormal activity. This is genuine footage of an actual haunting. In winter, the post office gets hit with a huge blizzard, and now this level becomes about sharing the warmth of a single tiny lantern to break through blocks of ice and keep each other from becoming kiwi sickles. Our little heroes are going to face new challenges every level and in every room of the post office, whether they're typing telegrams, or packaging shipping crates, or helping an octopus sort the mail. It's all in a day's work for Jeff and Deborah. Also, you can dress up your Kiwis, so don't say we never did nothing for you. We're releasing Kiwi on August 31st for PC and all major consoles, and we hope to see you at the post office. Thanks for watching.
Schönes
All right,
Koop-Spiel.
you got me, Troy. I'm a believer. Co-op Postal Puzzler Kiwi is coming to
Wie krieg ich schon
PC and
sagt,
all
tu es.
current
Ja,
console platforms on
verstanden.
August 31st, 2021.
Aber gib mir Zeit.
Next up, we've got a roguelike with an attitude, a game show shooter where you earn likes for dunking on competitors and causing a little wanton destruction. Will the circle be unbroken? Get it? Find out in this world premiere.
Okay. Deathrun TV. Ach, du Heilige. Wieder diese Tote, ey. Oh.
That was Deathrun TV, and you can play the pilot right now by heading down to the Future Game Show page on Steam.
Okay,
Genau, ich dachte auch gerade, das
hazmat
ist
suits at the
irgendein
ready.
Klon, aber ich
Because
wusste den
this
Titel
next
jetzt nicht
game
mehr.
tasks players with building a team of
Ja, ich glaube,
stalkers to
Smash
survive a
TV war
3D
anders,
scanned
ne?
recreation of the Chernobyl exclusion zone. Here's more on what
Toll,
to expect
nicht,
in
okay.
Chernobylite.
Es sah im Trailer ein
designerzy
bisschen
sobie
fake aus
wymyślają,
in
to
meinen
jest
Augen.
pisanie listu miłosnego. Każdy był
Chernobyl.
zakochany, pisał list miłosny, wydawało mu się, że to jest takie piękne, wspaniałe, a potem po latach znajdował te listy i mówił, Jezus Maria,
Schnell
to ja
die
pisam bzdury pisałem.
Snapshot-Taste gedrückt halten, vielleicht kommen noch ein paar
Zaczynaliśmy
Keys.
właściwie od gry, gdzie skupialiśmy się na przetrwaniu, na menedżowaniu swoim czasem i towarzyszami. To wszystko wydawało się po designersku dobre, ale zwykle emocjonalnie dosyć nudne. I dlatego dodawaliśmy coraz
Oder auch
więcej
nicht,
elementów, które angażowały gracza, które były dla niego ciekawe. Na początku był to taki
Ich
mały
kann
hard,
den
który
Akzent,
gracz sobie mógł modyfikować,
man hört den
ale był
Akzent,
całkowicie
aber
opcjonalny.
könnte nicht sagen
Z
wohin.
biegiem gry on stawał się coraz bardziej sensem gry, coraz bardziej jego sercem. Nadawaliśmy coraz większą rolę naszym towarzyszom i warto im było dać właśnie tą walkę. Coraz więcej podchodów, coraz więcej możliwości, coraz więcej broni. Absolutnie normalnym jest, że zaczyna się z czymś zupełnie innym niż to, z czym się kończy.
Fight to survive when Chernobylite comes to PC on July 28th, as well as Xbox and PlayStation in the summer. If you were lucky enough to catch one of the early access codes during the virtual show
Okay.
floor, you can play Chernobylite
Ja, Chernobyl ist ja
right
mehr
now. But if
russisch,
you
ne?
missed them, we've also got more codes to give away on gamesradar.com.
Next up, here are our friends at Team 17 to show us what they've been cooking up with their upcoming PC and console games. Let's take a look.
Okay, Team 17. Die
Product not
quasi,
yet rated.
die auch hinter Worm stecken. Mal gucken. Die publishen Hell Let Loose? Okay. Okay, sitzen echt in... Okay, gut. Gut zu wissen. Ja, I joined the call. Ich glaube, das hab ich auch irgendwo schon mal gesehen. Oh Mann. Sie publishen die auch, okay. Okay. Birthday Party, Free Update, okay. Ja, cool. Ja, Overcooked ist ja wirklich das Koop-Spiel eigentlich, ne?
Be sure to
Aber
wishlist
sonst
any games
irgendwie
that spark your
gefühlt
interest on our Steam page. It really does
geht's
help the
so, ne?
developer out. Or you can also head over to gamesradar.com for more info.
This next game has an engrossing art style, reminiscent of everything from Wes Anderson movies to Wallace and Gromit. Let's throw it over to the Slow Bros to talk you through some exclusive
so krass ins
gameplay
Bett.
from their stop-motion handmade adventure,
Ja, dann mach das
Harold
doch,
Halibut.
Hi, my name's Jonathan.
Wir wünschen dir auch eine gute Nacht, ne? Gutes Wetter, einen guten Wochenstart.
And
Ne?
I'm Ole, the game's art director. Harold Halibut is a handmade narrative game about friendship and life on a city-sized spaceship stuck under sea. It's been 250 years since your home. An Ark-like spaceship fled an Earth on the verge of Cold War to find a habitable planet on which to preserve the human race. You are Harold, a young lab assistant to the ship's lead scientist, Jean Marot. While most of the other inhabitants have reconciled themselves to a life lived aboard the sunken ship, Marot still works tirelessly to find a way to leave the planet and find a new, drier home. Of course, we don't want to spoil too much of the story, so let's dive into some gameplay details. You're able to explore a huge part of the spaceship right from the beginning of the game.
Das sieht echt gut aus, ne? Bin ich der gleichen Meinung.
While the professor will always have tasks waiting for you, the wonderfully weird rest of the Fedorans will keep you just as busy.
Ist mal ein etwas anderer Artstyle.
But to create a world full of interesting events and meaningful encounters. The dialogues don't only help you progress in the main story, but also help you get to know more about the many characters that inhabit our world. Weaving through the narrative, you'll run into playful interactions like repairing a broken 3D printer. Your PDA is always available to you for an overview of current tasks as well as messages from other characters.
This is also where Harold's personal
Ja,
drawings are kept,
irgendwie diesen
as well as a few
Knete-Look,
more
ne?
shenanigans. At this point, you might be wondering how we achieved the stop-motion-like look of the game. We are in fact building every single thing you see in the game in the real world. We build sets and puppets and then 3D scan everything. We're then able to use motion capturing to create lifelike animations for a huge cast of characters.
Mega aufwendig.
While the
Krass.
game begins with Harold's mundane
gut.
day-to-day, mysterious events and a fateful encounter will soon plunge you into a new world that nobody could have guessed existed, and one that may hold the key to morose relaunch plans. We're really excited to find out how you like being immersed in this unique world and the feeling of puppeteering Harold. There's still quite a bit of work to do, so all we can say right now is that Harold Halibut will come soonish on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Soonish.
You can already wishlist the game on Steam. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Harold Halibut.
Harold Halibut is coming soonish to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Okay, yes, there have been a few gloomy games so far, so we came up with a wholesome chaser. I'm told that the developers came up with something so sweet and so positive that they just had to call it Happy Game. Seriously, if what I'm reading is correct, this one is gonna melt your hearts.
Echt, bei Harold Halibut waren das deutsche Entwickler habe ich nicht mit. Ich hab den Entwickler jetzt nicht mehr vor Augen gehabt, leider. Aber Happy Game, ey. Oh, wenn ich mir das Spiel schon ansehe, weiß ich ganz genau, dass es definitiv. Oh Gott, jetzt sehe ich das erst. Was zum. Seriously?
Huh. Okay, Laura, hope you're still there. Tell me you just watched the same trailer that I did?
Troy,
Harter
yeah,
Tobak,
know
ja.
something. What I want to know is who the hell is writing this script.
Yeah, I don't know, but they're telling me that
Das ist was für Schocktober, ja, aber nicht für
Happy
mich.
Game
Ach, bei
is coming to
Project
PC and
Zero.
Nintendo Switch.
Fuhr lieber mit einer Kamera durch die Gegend.
Oh, and demo is available now if you want to have a cheerful jaunt into a land of wonder. Good luck with that.
Nein. Nein. Nein.
Our next game is a gorgeous hand-drawn puzzle platformer following a young mechanic in a
Definitiv
broken world.
nein.
Pay attention at the end of
Vielleicht
the
was zum
trailer for
Bärsen.
some exciting information about the Minute of Islands release date.
Da kriege ich sicher Träume von. Ich hoffe, dass ich es gleich einfach vergessen werde. Weil mein Hirn permanent gerade überschrieben wird mit irgendeinem neuen Spiel. Permanent.
And a girl named Mo. She knows what must be done. When the blight first came, people began to panic. And now, the spores are taking hold of whatever remains. Mo's family is still here, however. She has been tasked to protect them.
What the heck?
After all, she is the bearer of the Omni-Switch.
Das stimmt, aber ich musste mir gerade einmal durch die Augen gehen, weil ich gerade irgendwie nur noch Wale gesehen habe.
Minute of Islands.
Yes, we are excited to announce that Minute of Islands is out now for PC, Mac, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch.
Shadow Drop.
And will be arriving on Xbox later this week.
Next up, we've got an update from the folks at Techland, who are fine-tuning the zombie parkour of Dying Light 2. Let's throw it over to the developers, who are here to answer some of your questions about the game.
Aber hatten wir doch schon Dying Light 2. Warum schon wieder? Oh Mann, ey, ohne Witz, manchmal habe ich echt das Gefühl, die sprechen
Can you
sich.
tell us a bit more about the video we just saw in the PC Gaming Show?
The video presented in the PC Gaming Show brings you closer to Aiden's story. What he's looking for, what motivates him, how he ends up in the city, and of course, what happened in the old franchise between both games. This is a bunch of important information about the DL2 story.
Okay, so we know more about the main storylines from the mentioned video. How does the game look outside the core campaign?
Happy Games
Side quests are an important part of world building in Dying Light 2. Through these quests you can decide how the city will look like, thanks to the city alignment system, or bring new opportunities for the citizens. A great example is an opera singer that Timon mentioned in developers AMA. Some citizens will support your decisions, some of them will not. But it's up to you to decide how the city should look like. We have a lot of game activities prepared for our players, but at this stage we want it to be a surprise for you.
How seamless is the co-op experience? Would you say that the best way to experience Dying Light 2 is with a friend?
It could be. What is cool about the co-op is that it gives you an opportunity to see how the world changes when your friends make different decisions than you. In co-op you can walk in their shoes to experience all those differences. But really there is no just one way to play Dying Light 2. It's up to you guys.
How are you improving the story for Dying Light 2?
I know we all have great fun killing infected, but we also want to give you a deep, thought-provoking experience that will let you be immersed in the DL2 world for long hours. On top of that, thanks to the choices and consequences mechanics, the story will be shaped differently depending on the way you play.
You've promised a great open world that feels alive. How is it going?
Yeah, well, as you can imagine, Dying Light 2 is full of infecteds, but it's also full of humans, with their everyday life activities and purposes. We are building Dying Light 2 around a simple rule: ground is death and rooftops alive. What is cool is that NPCs act differently on each of those levels. Also, their behavior depends on choices you make and the way you play.
Ja gut, okay, war halt noch ein bisschen Entwicklerkommentar, ist ja noch okay. Also eigentlich hält es sich auch ein bisschen in den Rahmen. Ich bin nur ein bisschen, ich glaube, ich bin ein bisschen knatschig geworden. Aber um die Uhrzeit wollte ich mich dann nicht wundern.
Dying Light 2 is coming to PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on December 7th.
Revealed during the Nintendo Indie World Showcase earlier this year, this next game is a skateboarding action platformer. Here's Simon Bennett from Roll7 to give you an exclusive look at Ollie Ollie World.
Doch, Ollie Ollie, okay. Ich habe den ersten Teil gespielt auf der Vita. Das war toll. Und das ist ja jetzt der dritte Teil der Serie.
Hi there, I'm Simon Bennett and I'm the co-CEO of BAFTA award-winning studio Roll7. Right now, we're working on Ollie Ollie World. It's our stunning action platformer. You're going to meet quirky characters on a magical road trip through Radlandia. And of course, add a ton of new skate moves into your trick bag. As a studio, we've spent over a decade on flow state games. They transport you into a state of total focus and immersion, and it's something that we very much continue to build on with Ollie Ollie World.
Ist auf jeden Fall nicht ganz uninteressant,
You're probably pretty aware that
wenn
you're
man
going
auf
to
sowas
slam a
steht.
bunch before you succeed. So for players who want it, that challenge is very much still there. New players will be happy to hear that the game will welcome you with open arms and ensure that we can get you up and riding in no time. Ultimately, we've managed to make failure part of the fun. Yeah, you're going to get knocked down, but when you finally nail that line, it tastes just that much sweeter. There's just so much more flow to the game. We've even added grabs, wall rides, firecrackers, split routes, right to left skating, and a host of insane tricks to keep your fingers busy. There's a range of visually and mechanically distinct areas to explore.
Ja, ich habe den Frosch auch gesehen. Ich hinterfrage dieses nicht, dafür ist es viel zu spät.
Cities, and of course, walking trees. Ollie Ollie World is coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch and PC this winter. Make sure you wishlist it now.
That was Ollie Ollie World, which is coming to PC and all current console platforms this winter.
Next up, we've got a new game from the team at Odd Bug Studio, creators of PSVR's The Lost Bear. This animated story trailer will
Ich habe am Anfang, glaube ich, nicht mitbekommen, wie lange das geht.
Something tells me you might be familiar
Das ist ja
with
gleich
the
über eine Stunde oder so, aber kann ja gut sein, dass es jetzt nur noch 2 Titel sind oder so.
For centuries and longer, rats have fought tirelessly to repel the incessant frog invasions. Peace was only ever short-lived, until finally a young monarch rose to power. King Rattus, first of his name, unified the rat kingdoms under one rule,
King Rattus.
repelling Greenwort and his kind back to the putrid swamps from whence they came.
Krieg langsam kleine Augen, ja, ich auch.
Crops prospered.
Der Energy wirkt auch nicht, ja. Wo ich ihn jetzt schon, jetzt habe ich ihn wirklich ausgetrunken, aber er wirkt
climbed ever higher toward the sky.
Die Müdigkeit, die greift nach mir.
King
Unglaublich
Rattus the
krass.
Savior grew old, and the kingdom vulnerable once more. His people grew anxious, some claiming to perceive a faint odor in the air. Greenwort had returned with a ferocious vengeance. Amassing an army of unfathomable scale, he burned everything in his path towards the Crimson Keep. King Rattus gazed down upon his withered claws, barely able to hold the crown. He had little hope wielding a sword. So it was decided the crown should pass to Whiskers New. Arise, young prince, for the kingdom needs a hero. And so, your tale begins.
Question the reign
cooler
of
Style.
the Iron Frog. This is Doug. Anyway, in Tales of Iron, which is coming to PC and all current console platforms. Our next segment is from Polish studio Movie Games and hosted by God of War and Twisted Metal director David Jaffe, who recently joined their supervisory board.
Well, hello, fellas. It's me, David Jaffe. Great to see you. God of War, Twisted Metal, a bunch of PlayStation stuff. These days, I'm doing some new stuff with movie games. These guys, they've hooked up with this great company. You have to have heard of them, Platij Image, one of the best VFX houses in the business. They worked on The Witcher. They worked on Love, Death, and Robots. We're making a brand new game, the biggest game we've ever done, by the way, that's all about crime and mob and mafia and different time periods. It's going to be great. But for today, settle in, babies. These are the brand new games coming very soon from Movie Games. Lust from Beyond. Man, this is one of the coolest games I've played in the last year. It's what turned me on to movie games in the first place. What you're looking at is the M-rated, console-friendly version of the erotic horror cult classic. It's a first-person action-adventure game that blends Lovecraftian horror with weird freaking eroticism. I love this game, Lust from Beyond. Game number 2 is called Fire Commander. Let you step into the shoes of the only real-life superheroes we got, the first responders. This game is my childhood fantasy come to life. This game took me totally by surprise. You're trapped in the wilderness, freezing, hungry, and now you're starting to go a little bit insane. Man, you start seeing all kinds of crazy stuff out there. Winter Survival Simulator, it's coming soon. Have a great E3.
Oh Gott, hab ich mich erschrocken mit dem Bär. Oh Gott.
See you soon. Oh my God.
Thanks to David Jaffe. And check out GamesRadar.com for more about movie games' upcoming titles.
This next presentation comes from the folks at X Games, the makers of Story of Seasons and Rune Factory. Here's a look at their most exciting current and upcoming projects.
Da kommt wahrscheinlich jetzt Rune Factory wahrscheinlich. Ach stimmt, Akiba Strip machen sie ja. Gibt es ja jetzt auch dann demnächst ein Remake? Neuauflegung? Shadowverse, da klingelt es bei mir auch. Ich glaube, kann man sich den Anime angucken, glaube ich, auf Crunchyroll. Keine Ahnung, ob er gut oder schlecht ist. Weiß ich nicht. Wie man sieht, es hat was mit Kanal zu tun. Aber keine Ahnung. Oh, okay. Stimmt, das Friends of Minotaur war ja bisher nur Switch exklusiv, ne? Da war ja was. Jetzt für PS4 und Xbox One. Ja, warum nicht? Ne, das war Switch und Steam exklusiv, ne? Naja, hat ja mal den komplett durchgesuchtet, so geht. Ich glaube, wie viele Stunden saß er dran? 80? 90 Stunden? Ach so, 4 Special. Stimmt, das kam bisher auch nur für Switch und Steam raus, ne? Aber frag mich nicht, was Rune Factory ist. Da kennt sich Martin, wie gesagt, auch viel besser mit aus. Auch mit dem Teil 5.
Fending off a monster or two is one thing, but protecting the whole town? That's a lot.
Halt ist auch irgendwie... Wie war das nochmal? Rune Factory ist auch irgendwie eine Mischung aus Harvest Moon und ja, Dungeon Crawl Gedöns. Aber wie gesagt, nicht mein Gebiet. Keine Ahnung. Kein Spiel der Serie gespielt. Obwohl ich, glaube ich, mal eine lange Zeit lang nach Teilen für DS und 3DS gesucht habe. Aber es ist sehr schwierig geworden.
Marvelous. Find out more about Xseed's lineup on GamesRadar.com.
This next game is a hack-and-slash RPG with twin-stick shooter elements set in a retro sci-fi world. Here's a new gameplay trailer for Bitora, Lost Haven.
Bitora haben wir auch schon gesehen. Hat mir auch sehr gut gefallen, das Gameplay.
Batora Lost Haven is coming soon to PC and all current console platforms, and you can sign up to play the closed alpha when it launches on July 21st now.
Let's slow things down a bit with a look at the next game from the creators of 2 Point Hospital.
Oh wait, I think I saw something about this a few weeks ago.
No, you didn't. Here's
Doch,
developers
doch.
Mark
Hat
Webley,
sie.
Ben Huskins, and Gary Card to tell you all about it and give you a first look at gameplay.
Wurde auch schon, ich glaube, beim Summer Game Fest einmal gezeigt, der Trailer. Ne, Campusbau. Also statt ist halt, ne, ist halt nicht Theme Hospital quasi, also 2 Point Hospital, sondern man baut einen Campus.
When we're thinking about what we're going to do next, campus and the idea of running a university or a college was something we just kept coming back to. It's a really rich topic.
So people who haven't probably heard of 2 Point Studios may think, oh, schools, that's really dull. Well, hospitals, if you've seen our previous game, isn't about healthcare really. It's a wrapper, you know, we call it 2 Point Hospital, but that's about as close as it gets to real world of medical healthcare.
Campus is taking everything we learned from 2 Point Hospital and taking it to the next level.
The important thing was for us to give the player a canvas that they could completely create themselves.
In Campus, you start with this blank plot of land.
We've got something called the Smart Brush, for example, which allows you to drag interesting shaped pathways. If you want to drag a picket fence, you can drag that along. It's just really easy to paint the world you want.
So it's really simple to drag out.
Daran kann ich mich erinnern, dass das auch zumindest mal ich habe, wie gesagt, keines der Theme-Teile gespielt. Ich besitze, glaube ich, für die PS3 das Theme Park.
The difference between 2 Point Hospital and Campus is that we're spending a much longer period with our students.
What we wanted to do with Campus is make you care about your university.
Yeah, the idea of these interesting and different courses are going to attract interesting and different students. So there's a night school.
Horrible pun, but night school, you got it. You're going to train knights of the realm. So it won't be stuffy, normal, boring stuff that made you go to sleep at school. It's going to be really cool, interesting stuff.
That was 2 Point Campus, which is coming soon to PC and all current console platforms.
Our next game is in early development, but it already has a very cool codename, which is always a good sign. Here's Leo to tell you all about Project Ferocious.
Hello, my name is Leo, and I'm the developer of Project Ferocious, an action-adventure game set on a mysterious tropical island. Some of you might know me from Twitter as Omniok, where I post about the game and development and tech and stuff. And if not, I've been doing game dev for about 12 years with a big passion, and I've been working on this project for about 2 years. It's the first project of mine I decided to show to the public, and even though I know it still has a very long way to go, I'm very proud to present it today to you on the show. Please enjoy the trailer.
PC-Maus an der PS1, das ist auch cool. Oh, Entschuldige. Gott. Müdigkeit nagt dann in die Hulle. Boah. Ah, wieder Dinos. Okay. WTF, was geht denn da jetzt ab?
Project Ferocious is targeting a 20
Also noch weiter in die
release date and
Zukunft.
coming to PC,
Uff.
PlayStation, and Xbox.
Our next world premiere asks, what if Doom Guy had a drunk one-night stand with Super Meat Boy? Guess this next game wants to answer that question for some reason.
World Premiere, okay. Dann ist es auf jeden Fall nicht Shadow Warrior. Okay. Warcry.
Watch out for Warcry challenges when it stops defying gravity and launches or drops on PC this summer.
Up next, we've got another world premiere. Conway, Disappearance at Dahlia View is a story-driven detective thriller set in 1950s England. Let's find out more, shall we?
Robert Conway, 22nd of June, 1954. I've solved many a case in my time as a private investigator, but nothing so close to home as the abduction of Charlotte May. There are some things that take hold of a person and refuse to let go. For me, it's the idea of safety.
Okay.
My own daughter, Catherine, is on the case. She has the same look in her eye that I used to have. There'll be no stopping her. I wish I could say that all of my neighbors are innocent. I wish I could say that I have the faintest clue where to begin. There's a lot I wish I could say. The truth is, sometimes it takes a nightmare to wake a place like Dahlia View.
Conway, okay.
I am in. That was Conway, Disappearance at Dahlia View from White Paper Games, and you can dig into the mystery yourself when it lands on PC and all current console platforms, autumn 2021.
And with that, we're at the end of this year's Future Game Show.
Whoa, hold on. Surely this
One
this
more
can't be
thing.
it. I mean, it's an
One more
E3
thing.
showcase.
One more thing.
Oh, sorry, Troy, that's it. Just kidding.
I knew it. All right, let's see it.
Okay. Mhm. Immortality, okay.
My name is Marissa Marcel. I'm 17 years old, and it's my dream to be an actress.
And that really is all we have time for. Be sure to head to GamesRadar.com for more coverage and updates on all the games you've seen today and more.
I'm really excited about that Sam Barlow reveal. Yes, and thanks to our headline partners, WD Black, and of course, all of our many talented developers and industry partners that have made all of this possible.
And of course, for everyone tuning in at home.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed today's lineup, and mark your diaries because the Future Game Show will be returning in August.
I'm Laura Bailey.
And I'm Troy Baker.
And this has been the Future Game Show 2021.
Ja, war nett. Gab ein paar Highlights, wie zum Beispiel das Harold Halibut. Ich habe den Namen jetzt schon nicht mehr ganz auf dem Schirm. Verdammt. Und noch ein paar andere Sachen. Aber auch hier... Oh Gott, warum muss das immer so lang sein? Also ich habe jetzt hier echt gemerkt, dass auch hier meine Aufnahmenspanne ziemlich kritisch war. Aber gut, okay, ich gucke jetzt gerade auch auf die Uhr, sind jetzt 7,5 Stunden live. Und wie gesagt, waren ein paar Perlen dabei. Aber wenn ich jetzt vergleiche, war die PC Gaming Show einen kleinen Tacken besser. Ja, aber das kam doch bei der PC Gaming Show. Nicht bei Future Game Show. Wie gesagt, war nett. Kann man machen. Genau, The Wandering Village war das. Aber sonst, hier war wirklich das Highlight dieses Knet-Figurenspiel, Adventure. Das behalte ich auf jeden Fall im Auge. Und Dark Matter oder wie das auch hieß. Von, ja, was auch gut aussah. Na gut, okay. Ich merke, ich werde ultra müde. Es ist jetzt wirklich der Fall angekommen, dass ich wirklich nicht mehr kann. Hätte ich auch nicht gedacht. Also wie gesagt, das war ein Mordsfeed heute. Seit 1845 sind wir dran und haben viel gesehen. Und wenn ich meinen Bingo-Plan angucke, kommen mir ein bisschen die Tränen. Ich krieg kein Bingo hin. Never ever. Never. Ich gucke gerade alles nach, alle Zeilen. Ne, Bingo dieses Jahr fällt leider flach. Noch ein paar Dinger kann ich auf jeden Fall gut machen. Also wie gesagt, wir haben auch noch kein Port gesehen, merke ich gerade. Also mit Port ist ja quasi ein altes Spiel neu aufgelegt. Haben wir auch nicht gesehen. Neue Xbox-IP haben wir, aber Battle Royale mit ordentlich Käse. Wir brauchen jetzt noch einen Port und Gameplay zu Breath of the Wild 2. Dann krieg ich vielleicht noch ein Bingo hin, aber dann ist auch Feierabend. Aber, mein Gott, wäre nicht das erste Jahr gewesen, wo ich wirklich ohne Bingo rausgehe. Es war Bingo-mäßig zu erstellen schwer, aber ist halt so. Mal gucken, was die nächsten Tage bringt. Morgen nochmal live mit, ich gucke mal auf den Plan, zack, hier nochmal auf dem Schirm. Morgen am 14., also quasi heute, sind wir etwas später online, und zwar um 21:45 Uhr starten wir und gucken uns dann um 22 Uhr Limited Run an. Da habe ich vielleicht noch die Möglichkeit, noch ein End Vita abzuholen. Bin ich sehr gespannt, was die Leute zu zeigen haben. Danach schnappen wir uns den Super NT, wenn noch genug Zeit da ist, und spielen Shantae an. Ich habe ja das Shantae auf den Game Boy hier, schmeißen wir den Super NT an mit dem Super Game Boy 2 und spielen dann Shantae ein bisschen an. Das war zumindest der Plan dann. Um 23 Uhr kommt dann das Capcom Showcase. Das ist dann quasi der Montag. Und am Dienstag haben wir dann halt komplett Nintendo und am späten Abend kommt dann Bandai Namco. Dann ist für mich auch E3 schon wieder zu Ende. Und um ehrlich zu sein, ich bin dann auch, glaube ich, ein bisschen froh. Ich hoffe jetzt einfach mal nicht, dass wir noch irgendwie was Doppeltes sehen werden. Wobei Bandai Namco haben wir bisher noch gar keinen einzigen Titel gesehen. Glaube ich zumindest, oder? Haben wir Scarlet Nexus irgendwie schon mal? Nee, haben wir, glaube ich, bei Microsoft noch nicht gesehen. Also die Wahrscheinlichkeit ist hoch, dass wir jetzt nichts mehr Doppeltes sehen. Wie gesagt, PC Gaming Show, Future Gaming Show, Guerrilla Collective, Summer Game Fest, sehr viele Sachen doppelt und dreifach. Naja, aber Gott sei Dank immer irgendwie ein bisschen anders. Bis auf Jurassic Park Evolution 2, das kam, da habe ich jetzt den Trailer zweimal gesehen. Ich möchte ihn nicht nochmal ein drittes Mal sehen. Es ist nett. Die Leute, die Jurassic Park Fans sind, die freuen sich einen Ast ab. Ich nicht. Ich möchte es nicht mehr sehen. Seid mir deswegen nicht böse. Aber wie gesagt, morgen dann Limited Run, Shantae bis Capcom, wird also quasi ein bisschen leichte Kost, wird also nicht so lange, denke ich mal. Und am Dienstag ist dann wieder volles Programm mit ab 18 Uhr mit der Nintendo Direct. Na gut, okay. Ich werde jetzt ins Bett gehen. Ich werde auch nichts mehr rendern. Ich werde so, wie ich jetzt hier sitze, einfach ins Bett fallen. Und dann hoffen, dass ich so genug Schlaf kriege, damit ich das dann morgen noch hinkriege. auch rendern. Videotechnisch, ich glaube, die Aufzeichnung von Devolver und von Upload VR ist bereits auf YouTube schon hochgeladen. Ich muss es noch veröffentlichen, mache ich auch morgen früh. Und den Rest muss ich dann halt von heute schneiden. Ne? Microsoft, Square Enix, PC Gaming Show und die Future Gaming Show. Na gut. Ich wünsche euch, wie gesagt, noch einen erfolgreichen Schlaf. Habt einen guten Morgen. Kommt gut in die Woche. Wir sehen uns morgen Abend 21:45 mit Limited Run. Mal gucken, was die Leute zu zeigen haben. Was wir demnächst dann physisch kaufen können bei denen. Und was uns dann noch mehr Geld aus der Tasche zieht. Übrigens, Demon's Throttle, zur Info, ich habe es gekauft. Ich habe es ja wahr gemacht. Ich werde es bereuen. Vielleicht. Vielleicht auch nicht. Mal gucken wir mal. Egal. Ich wünsche euch was. Habt noch einen erfolgreichen Abend, was ich euch bereits schon gesagt habe. Und wir sehen uns morgen. In dem Sinne, haut rein. Ciao.